So here's my response to this particular comment. The fact of the matter is, we are an African people. Africa literally flows through our blood, it is in our DNA. We come from the continent of Africa. There are slave ship logs that prove where we come from, that we are connected to Africa. There are the slave narratives that prove our connection to Africa. There are the continuing remnants of African culture present in African American culture that is a clear indication that we do, in fact, have a connection to the continent of Africa. And it's time for us to stop denying that connection. A tree with no roots cannot stand. Our roots are not here in this country. This is the land of our captivity. This is the land that held us in bondage for hundreds of years. This is the land that Jim Crowed us. This is the land that continues to treat us like second-class citizens. And this is the land that you want to identify with. Many of us suffer from Stockholm Syndrome. We are quick and eager to identify with our slave master more so than we are to identify with our mother continent. And while I appreciate, the term black, and I don't think it should be a term that's gotten rid of or anything like that, but black is a color and it doesn't fully define who we are. People are defined by land. And the land that we originally come from is Africa. Our story didn't begin with slavery. We are not defined by slavery. We had a history before slavery, and slavery was an interruption in our history. So I just had to share these thoughts, man. While I understand, why people are, tempted to get involved in tribalism, the fact of the matter is this tribal mentality has not served African people, both on the continent and abroad. It hasn't served us. All it has done is perpetuate our division and our subjugation to colonial masters.
For my African cousins, you motherfuckers do not look Black American. This is Black American. Y'all look African. I mean, it's like y'all gonna have the cheekbones, y'all gonna have a certain head structure, y'all are gonna have a certain energy about y'all. Black Americans, we look really pretty in a way that...
Are we not tired of addressing this issue, bro? Bro, to be honest with you, bro, you look African. I swear to God, you're more African than me, bro. You look like you're from Yoruba. I don't know if Yoruba people claim you, but you look like you're from Ikejama. I know you're from somewhere, Ojuelekpa, I don't know, somewhere around under the bridge somewhere, bro. You look like all these guys that be snatching people's phone under the bridge and stuff, bro. I swear to God, man. Talking about, if K is not taking, if you do DNA, he might say you're from Ghana. Your grandfather is somewhere in Ghana asking people about you, and you're here feeling pretty, feeling like a body. Clock it. Don't piss me off, man. We are all blacks, okay? Don't worry about all that shit, bro. Like, for real, you look African.
Fam, no lie. I think I'm starting to despise the people that say that they not from Africa, the black people that say they're not from Africa. I say I'm not African American, I'm just American. I was born in America. We are the only ethnic group that doesn't know, doesn't care where we from, and doesn't take pride in being from somewhere else, as well as being American. If you met or grew up with white people, they know where they came here from, where their grandparents from, and they take pride in that, as well as being American. We're the only group that don't want to find out and completely write it off and say that we're just American, which I believe was the plan of the slave owners in the first place, was to take us from our homeland, make us forget, and make us hate ourselves. There's no better indication that it worked than a nigga getting online and saying, I'm not from Africa, I'm not African American, I'm just American, because I was just born over here. Bro, that's exactly what the fuck they wanted. That's pissing me off. Just say you don't want to know. You don't know and you don't want to know. Don't completely write it off and say we don't look like them, we don't whatever like them. Bro, we are them. That's the only proof we got. And we were here first. We are the real Native Americans. Where's the proof? And show me a Native American that believe your story. Most of those Oneidas, Menominees, Potawatomis I know, they don't believe that shit. My grandma told me I was a Cherokee. Say that to an Oneida. They gonna think that's funny. That's a joke, bro. So why don't we just don't say we don't want to know? Instead of putting online that we hate ourselves and we hate each other. That's what's going on with black people, bro. And it's just so fucked up. We like the only ethnic group that's not connected to a culture or a place, and we don't care to be. We just think that being a color and subscribing to that and being from here is the be all end all. But being a color and subscribing to that we're from here is accepting the fact that our lineage begins with us in bondage. Why is that enough for y'all? It's not enough for me. I want to know more, if I can know more. Like, my lineage wasn't just shining shit and coming from building a country for nothing and being a slave. Like, I don't get it. We gotta do better, please. This shit's starting to piss me off, low-key.
African Americans are better than Africans in any sense of the word. We walk better, we talk better, we dress better. We're more influential. We're one of the most influential groups on the planet, the most impactful groups on the planet. Everybody around here doing hip hop and R&B, you know, but I hardly know anything about Africa. Okay, I don't know many African celebrities besides the ones that come here and make it big. But yes, we do everything better. We're just the greatest. Okay? You couldn't compare, all right? I don't know. Listen, what do you guys eat? What do you guys speak over there in the African countries? I want to know more. I want to learn, man. Because, you know, obviously I'm from there, but I'm not from my country, which is America. So let me know.
I am not an African. I am a Black American. What that means is that my entire family has come from America. I am the descendant of people that were slaves. That's what that means when I tell you that I am a Black American. That means that the people that have been in my family for generations built this country. That means that my grandfather, who served in World War II, that helped fight and defend this country, and was, by the way, denied GI Bill benefits because he was Black, is a part of the history of this country. I am not Haitian. I'm not Nigerian. I am not from any of these other countries. I am a full-blooded 100% Black American. And what that means is that I will speak on Black American culture in any way that I please, but what I will also do is I will not allow for it to continue to be co-opted by Africans who come here with so many more resources than your average Black American does, try to wrap themselves up in our struggle, our oppression, our history, and try to co-opt every space that we have built for ourselves, like they've done in the destruction of the Essence Music Festival. So don't try to discount what I say and try to pretend that I'm Haitian or I'm not American or whatever. No, I'm 100% Black American.
Black Americans aren't African. Every time I see one of our people say this, you don't take the time to understand our African culture and who we are as African people. This screams to me self-hate. Second of all, Africans do not like us at all. That's a bitch ass lie. And let me tell you who put that into your head. The motherfucking white man, this devil, who has ingrained that into your spirit to get you to tear each other apart, causing war so that we can't unite, and the white man over there sitting looking pretty, not even having to put a finger on us. We have the spirit of this devil ingrained in us that we need to rip the fuck out of our heart, mind, and spirit, because it is causing so much destruction to us as a people. But yet, your own people don't like you, right? But the white man loves you. The white man respects you. The white man wants nothing but the best for you. The white man is your savior. The white man gives you all the opportunity on this earth. The white man is your enemy. The white man don't fuck with you. The white man hates you. The white man wants you dead. The white man wants you off of this earth so that he can drain all of the natural resources. The white man hates you because he can't be you. So he wants you off of this earth when really he about to be wiped off of this planet permanently. And so all of my black people globally that's saying that, oh, Africans don't like each other, Africans have so much hate for each other, who put that into our mind? The enemy, this devil. We are not each other's enemy. This devil is the enemy. Come on now.
I've shifted from saying I'm an African American because I'm not. I'm a Black American.
I say black too. Mm-hmm.
I'm not an African American. I don't. Nothing about life, my family, nothing leads back there. Everything leads back to we were stripped of our culture and created our own.
Again, that continent is that continent, bro. Like, yeah, let that.
That's literally our roots. That's
literally
literally
roots, though.
Okay, true. But we know for a 1,000% fact that's our roots.
And up to 2% from Ghana, all of a sudden they got the Ghana flag running around. So I'm like, honestly, I'm telling you, that's even after seeing all these soccer teams, I'm like, no, I'm a Black American, bro. I'm not even trying to claim that. So this is my roots are. This is where my family is. This is what it is.
1,000%.
I'm not African. All right, you know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. Sin went to Africa, told me people stink. What you said out your mouth. You went
In
ask
a certain area, man.
whatever. You said they stunk, and you said that the show when niggas said everybody put your hands in the air that the whole fucking shit was funky.
I didn't say that.
Sugar Mom said that. Ash told me that. I'm just telling you what you told me. You talking about, yo, the truck that picked me up had bullet holes in it, and then the driver gave us what he gave you? AK? He ain't give y'all a gun and say, be careful or some shit? You gotta be careful in these other countries, man. I'm not dissing on these other countries. But I'm not African. I love my Africans. They don't fuck with us like that. They say we Yankees. Yo, y'all niggas ain't no motherfucking Africans. Why when we go to the Olympics and a black man go to the Olympics, they be like, the American.
What's wrong with being African?
Ain't nothing wrong with being African. It's just that I'm not African. I was born in America.
Are you black?
Yeah, I'm black.
You just black.
I'm a black man, nigga. And shout out to my Africans. I'm not African. My mother from Atlantic City.
Black Americans don't come from Africa at all, though. How you claiming Africa but don't know their history that does not support the European slave trade story? Which Africans are we talking about, Slick? Which Africans are we talking about? We certainly aren't talking about the Dahomey. We certainly aren't talking about the Congolese, the Mbundu Kingdom. We're not talking about Fort Jalon. We're not talking about what's now called Kunta Kinte Island, St. James Island in the Gambia Road. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about Dakar in Senegal. We're not talking about that. Which Africans are you talking about? Which Africans are you talking about? Huh? Because those African cities that exist in West Africa now, they're all the major cities. They aren't focused up the river. They're focused along the coast. And they're focused along the coast for what? Trade. The same reason New York is on the coast. The same reason the East Coast is built like it's built. The East Coast of the United States is built like it's built because the coast, because we're talking about shipping commerce, mercantile, the maritime mercantile industry. This is why these places exist. So which Africans are you talking about that aren't aware of the slave trade, the transatlantic slave trade, the most documented atrocity in modern history? It was atrocity, you know. It was atrocity. Millions of people died. Millions of people were unalived. I hate the fake language. These folk get on here and say what they want to say. They say what they want to say. I've been called all types of shit. But anyway, I digress. What does it say? Though how you come? Which Africans are we talking about, Slick? Because the Oyo Empire recognized it. You know, we're not talking about King Alfonso, you know what I'm saying, who wrote a letter to the Pope and also petitioned to the King of Portugal. I forget exactly who it was at that time. We're not talking about him. We're not talking about the Africans who came here and went back to Africa, like, not Omar. It was the other Fulani guy who actually went back to Africa. We're not talking about those people. We're not talking about the Congolese or the Angolans who traded openly with Brazil, where they actually did come back and get people. We're not talking about them. So which ones are you talking about? Stop playing. Stop playing like y'all do so much research. You can just shoot me down, just like it's nothing. Niggas just shoot me down. I bet you know about. Come on, bro. This shit ain't new, bro. Y'all neophytes need to stop. Ain't nothing wrong with learning, bro. Ain't nothing wrong with learning. We all have to learn. You can't just look at a video about somebody saying what didn't happen and think that you can talk about somebody who actually has studied the history for over 35 years. Over 35 years. Like straight up. No, not even speaking up on myself. And then, I mean, that's a casual, you know what I'm saying? It's not like I was stuck in the books 24/7, you know what I'm saying? But I was always into it. And anyone who knows me can testify to that. I know, I researched this shit for fun. So tell me what Africans you're talking about. Claiming Africa. I'm recognizing factual information. Big up Virginia.
So we are not related to Africa because we are Black American. How the heck all of these guys that come over here for the FIFA World Cup soccer competition look so much like us? I be looking at them and I'm like, damn, that one look like my cousin, that one look like my nephew, that one look like my brother. What the? That one even look like my son. I be looking at them, I'm like, you know what? Don't tell me no BS no more. We are all related. Damn! We look so much alike. I want to see their sisters. Because somewhere in there, I know one of them sisters look just like me. Damn! I'm like, what? We're related. We're related. I want DNA tests. I need DNA tests because I know we're related. I saw my cousin. I saw my cousin coming from Congo, coming from over there to be in the World Cup, the FIFA World Cup soccer competition. I swear one of them dudes look just like my cousin. And I'm like, how? I want DNA tests. I want DNA tests from every one of them before they go back home to Congo. I want DNA tests. Because there's no way people can look so much alike. I was like, damn, they look so much like me. I want to see their sisters and their females. Because I swear to God we related. That was scary. I was like,
It's like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be totally honest with you. And I know we got to get back to our topics. We already a few minutes in. I'd rather feeling black than African American because Africans don't even fuck with us.
Wow.
Because they don't.
And Americans do?
Well, you're American, Mace. You're born in America. When you go to the Olympics, and when I say African American, you go over there, they call us Yankees and all that. They fuck with us, but we're not from the motherland. We're from America. So I'd rather say I'm a black American. When we go to the Olympics as a country, and somebody black is fighting from the United States, you don't say African American. You say American. You don't even put a color on it. It's an American fighter fighting a European fighter, or China or Japanese or anything. You're known in the Olympics as an American. It doesn't matter what color you are. You're an American fighting against somebody from Cameroon or Senegal, whatever. The point being is they don't categorize it when it's world competition, but when it's other shit, it needs to be categorized. So I consider myself a black American. I don't consider myself African American. And shout out to all my niggas in Africa. Much love. But y'all don't consider us real Africans. Y'all don't.
So guys, thank you for watching this video. And so let's talk about this. So some black Americans proudly say I'm African American, or they take DNA tests to learn about their ancestral roots Others say, I'm not African, I'm American. Then people start arguing, judging each other, and acting like there's only one correct answer. And personally, I think this conversation deserves a little more understanding. Like, yes, the ancestors of Black Americans came from Africa. That's a historical fact. But history is also complicated. Millions of people were taken away from different parts of Africa through the transatlantic slave trade. And over generations, many families lost the ability to trace exactly where they came from. Their languages, traditions, and even their original family names were taken away. So when some Black Americans say, when some Black Americans say I am not in like I'm an American, I'm not an African, I can understand why. Like America is the only home they ever known. They were born there, their parents were born there, their grandparents and great grandparents were born there. Their culture, their history, their identity have been shaped in America over hundreds of years. So as an African, many of us are fortunate to know where you're from. Like we can say I'm Kenyan, I'm Nigerian, I'm Ghanaian, I'm South African. We know our tribes, our languages, and many of our customs. The connection is something not everyone has. Because of that, I don't think we should force an identity onto anyone. If a Black Americans wants to embrace their African roots, that's beautiful. If they want to visit Africa, learn about different countries, or reconnect with their ancestry, that's something to celebrate. But if another person says I'm American and that's how I identify, I don't think we should be offended by it either. Like identity is personal. You can't force someone to feel connected to a place they never lived, whose language they don't speak, or whose culture they didn't grow up with. At the same time, I also understand why some people encourage Black Americans to remember their African ancestry. Like they are not trying to erase anyone's American's identity, they're simply acknowledging where the journey began. And the important thing is respecting both perspectives, and this doesn't have to be a fight, it doesn't have to divide people. Everyone's experience is different, and at the end of the day, whether someone proudly says they are African American or simply American or deeply embraces their African roots, that choice belongs to them. Like respect goes both ways. We don't need to pressure people into identifying a certain way, and we also shouldn't like criticize those who choose to reconnect with Africa. And history is shared, but identity is like it's deeply personal. And I'd love to hear your thoughts. So what do you think about this topic? Is it okay for some Black Americans to be like, no, we're not Africans, we're just Black Americans? Or do you think they're all Africans and they should accept it? So guys, leave your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.